All right, let's look at our quadrant report. When we look at our quadrant report, it compares our achievement to our growth. And we need to have two tests to compare. So this one happens to compare the fall 2022 to the winter 2023 test. So that's beginning of the year to middle of the year. When we look at this data, the first thing that we notice is that it comes up with the math and the language arts data for the students displayed in the quadrant. And so we can take this down to just show one subject. If I want to see just my language arts test, I can click off math. Or if I want to see just my math, I can click off my language arts. You notice up here that you can put in the student's name. When you click that with each of these dots, it shows you the students' names as well. I'm not going to click that because that would be too much to hide during the video. All right, so let's look at what this tells us. This green, this is high achievement, high growth. That means that from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year, the student scores are high, and more importantly, their growth is high. And so when we look at high growth, that means that they are moving forward, which is what we want. When I look at this low achievement, high growth, that's good. That means that our students have low academics, but it also means that they are growing, that what we are doing in RTI is working, that what we are doing for them in tutorials, those kind of things, are all moving our students forward because they have high growth. This red is low achievement, low growth. That means that their academics are low, but also the change in their knowledge from beginning of the year to middle of the year is not moving forward. Okay, and this one, the yellow, is high achievement, low growth. That means that they are good in their academics to a point, but they're not improving. Okay, and when we look at the axis, this is their achievement, okay, and this is their growth. And we notice here, like for these students in the yellow, we have one that is at about 62, the 62nd achievement percentile. Okay, now 62nd percentile for achievement is on average. So even though it says high achievement, it just means that they're above the 50th. So don't think that that means, oh, they're so good that they didn't have room to grow, therefore that's why they have low growth. No, they still have room to grow. Okay, so let's look at what else this report gives us. The other thing the report gives us is it looks at their achievement status and their growth. And so it gives us their beginning of the year RIT range and achievement percentile, and it gives us their winter. So what this shows us is that their projected RIT should have been a 176. So they were at a 166. Their projected would be 176. Now, how they make that projection is that they look at all the longitudinal data. And they say if a student was at 166 RIT at the beginning of the year, then the average student progresses to a RIT score of 176 by the middle of the year. Therefore, they should have made a RIT gain of 10 points. What this shows is they actually went from a 166 to a 164, so they lost 2. So overall, they did not make the 10 that they should have, plus they lost 2. Therefore, they are at a growth index of a negative 12. Okay? And so we also see over here that it shows us the quadrant that the students are in. We would love to have everybody in the green quadrant. Our preferences would go green and then orange. Okay, green and then orange, because we want that growth. We want our students to progress. Anybody in a red means that we need to really pay attention to that student. We really need to figure out what's going on with that student. This student has a growth of negative 12 because they should have made 10. They lost 2. Okay, here is a student who should have made 10, gained 12, therefore has a positive 2. Then it gives you the summary down here. And the things that you really want to look at are the count of students who met or exceeded their projected growth. So we had 10 students who met or exceeded their projected growth. Okay. And then this is a key. You notice that here there was some extra symbols with the yes, no. So this tells you what those additional symbols mean. So when we use this, this will help us determine what students need, what kind of support. The students in high achievement, low growth need to have opportunities to expand their knowledge. They need to have opportunities to be exposed to more and deeper. Okay. The students low achievement, low growth, we need some foundation skills in there. We need to move them forward. Students with low achievement, high growth, we need to keep doing what we're doing. We need that RTI process to continue. We need them to be able to continue to grow and increase their knowledge.